welcome to day 20 of Vlogmas. Today is Wednesday. Good news is I got on the treadmill today. I walked for 45 minutes, even though I feel super tired. But I did it. I watched a whole episode of Only Murders in the Building, which is a show on Hulu that I was watching pretty religiously and then just kind of dropped off and stopped watching it. I don't know why. But I'm on season 3. I watched episode 3 today, and it was good. I got right back into it. You know, don't you love Meryl Streep? She's the best. So really enjoyed that. So hopefully I can keep that going. I spent the morning watching an hour and a half I want to say it was let me formulate my thoughts on that and I'll talk to you about it later. I'm going to open Advents right now and then I don't know, my brain isn't working today that well, so let's open Advents. Day 20. Rooibos Nutcracker. Rooibos tea, apple pieces. I think every single tea has apple pieces in it. Cocoa nibs, natural caramel flavor, marigold flowers, natural hazelnut flavor, blue corn flour, natural chestnut flavor, and no caffeine. That sounds good. Tasty. Nutty. Open Sherry's Day 20 Advent. This has my favorite tissue paper on it. Another little packet of tea and another honey stick. I'm definitely going to have to use one of those. This one looks really good. Oh yeah, it's Asheville Tea Company. Oh, it smells really good. Thank you, Sherry. Here is my Advent from Caroline. Oh, cute. These are little, maybe like a Post-it note type of thing. Just little papers for collaging. Have kind of a plant theme. Those are nice. Thank you. Very cute. I love the color of them. That will be very handy. Here is day 20 of Coats & Co. Yarn Company. Ooh. Let's see the last couple of days here. Nice. Somehow I know how to match it to my clothing. I don't know how. It's so funny. But before I get too into doing work, I think I'm gonna run over to Barnes & Noble and pick up that diet book, the Galveston Diet. lot of thoughts lately about my health. I'm so tired. Even after a cup of coffee, I feel really tired. This must be the blood pressure medication that's kicking my butt. I don't know if maybe I'll call her office and just tell her. Hi. So I sent a message to my cardiologist nurse practitioner and let her know how I was feeling. And yeah, I was right. It is the blood pressure medication that's making me feel this way. So fucking tired. So tired. So she called me back, and tomorrow I'm supposed to not take it. Thursday, I'm supposed to take half a pill going forward and see how I feel. And we are scheduled to meet up again on the 5th of January to go over maybe another option, a different option if this one doesn't work out. So that's where we're at with that. This morning, I watched a really interesting thing on YouTube. This particular doctor did this really extensive study on AFib and the effects of alcohol and caffeine. And also he talked a little bit about Apple Watches. You know, they make Apple Watches now that kind of can detect if you're in AFib or not, but he was saying that it's not always accurate. I don't need a watch to tell me. I already know when I'm in it and when I'm not in it. So I'm lucky in that way. Some people don't realize that they're in AFib. So, basically the bottom line is coffee is okay, you know, in moderate amounts, and alcohol is not okay. So I feel like my cardiologist should have told me in the very beginning not to drink alcohol, because it basically negates what the beta blocker is trying to do. So I'm not gonna drink anymore. That just makes sense to me now. I mean, I think I think I'm just gonna avoid it altogether and see how I end up feeling going forward. And if I can reverse this somehow with this diet I plan on doing, then that's my ultimate goal. So, did not think I was going to be talking about all this health stuff during my Vlogmas, but this is what's happening in my daily life right now. And so I feel like I kind of have to share it now that I've started. I can't just be like, okay, well, it's all under wraps going forward. I'm not like that. I'm an open book. So you know me. If you have questions, let me know. But that's my plan right now, is to follow her instructions with the blood pressure medication. I am seriously considering having that Watchman procedure done, if my insurance will cover it. I just have to find out first. And then we can talk about that along with the medication when I go in to see her on the 5th. So, I am just trying to advocate for my own health now, because I feel like my doctors aren't doing that for me. So I guess I have to do the research now. I have to sit and watch 1.5 hour long, scientific study videos on I also watched a bunch of stuff on AFib in general, and I just feel like I haven't really done that much. I haven't really figured out what it is, why it happens, and if I can reverse it with diet. But you know, you can reverse most things with diet, and I am feeling pretty good about this Galveston diet. I feel like that's exactly what I need to do. It's an anti-inflammatory diet. So she did a really great video on the 6 foods that are menopause recommended for menopause symptoms: leafy greens, salmon, nuts, citrus, Greek yogurt, and avocado. All delicious things. So that should be easy enough for me, you know. I just have to have that stuff available in the house so that I can, you know, eat it. I also want to kind of maybe make like a pretty thing for the refrigerator with those foods listed so that I can stop and think, okay, what one of these, I want to try to eat one of those things, you know, every time I go to the fridge for something to eat. Yeah, so she also said that like chia seeds are really good for you, hemp seeds, things like that for like a smoothie. I've never been one to do smoothies, but we'll see. And she's also a huge proponent of intermittent fasting, 16/8 specifically. I tried that once before and I wasn't really very successful, but she does give some tips in the book. I bought the book, by the way. About like how to ease into that a little bit more so that it's not such a shock to not eat anything in the morning. And I think that if I can get on a regular routine of walking on the treadmill, that will help, because that was 45 minutes of my morning that I didn't think about eating. And I'm kind of glad that I can drink coffee, but it's probably the creamer that's really bad. So I might have to revisit that. And if I really have no interest in drinking black coffee. So if anything, I will drink tea instead. And we all know I have a plethora of it here in the house. So oh yeah, and to update you on the Amazon fiasco. The last 2 days, they have tried to send more things. Yesterday, it was some sort of Nintendo gift card baloney. 3 of them at $10 a piece. We're not getting charged for any of it. We're making sure to double check every single time this happens. The day before yesterday, it was a vibrator, a heated vest, some other sort of like charging cord, cell phone thing. I don't know. I wish I could get it to stop. I don't know what else to do. If you guys have any insight on what I should do. We've tried changing our passwords. We've tried, Joe, because this is all under Joe's name, under his account. I just don't know. And so, like, he opened the last packages that we got, and he's like, oh, and give this to this so-and-so, and give this to do this on the white elephant game, and all this stuff. And I said, don't get rid of any of it. What if they need it back? They probably don't, right? I mean, they probably don't want it back. I have this in my head, like, that we shouldn't do anything with it, just in case I have to return it. So I don't know if anything's coming today. I think he's vetting it every morning. He gets the emails and he decides whether or not he should keep the package or cancel the package, because he's able to cancel it before it ships out. So I don't know. We should probably check to see if any of the reviews are being written yet. Because, you know, that's the whole idea of this, is so that they can write their fake reviews of the things. So I'll be anxious to see. Maybe I'll dig around on his iPad and see if I can come up with anything. But I have done nothing today, as you can see. I laid down for a little while, and the cat had me locked in, and I was like uncomfortable, so I ended up getting up. But I can't. I went in the studio, and I just was like yawning and yawning. I can't focus on doing any work. It sucks. I hate this feeling. So I really hope it subsides. We'll see how tomorrow is without taking the medication. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do for dinner. I'll let you know. Also, I discovered that we have this book in our arsenal as well, and this will be a good one to supplement the recipes in this. So this is Michael Simon. He did this book about, this is also all anti-inflammatory. And I want to look in here and see if there's anything good for dinner options. Let's see. It's not really broken down into like categories, so. Leafy greens. That looks good. That looks really good. Mushrooms are supposed to be really good. I wish I liked oatmeal, but I can't imagine taking 45 minutes to cook oatmeal in the mornings. Pine nuts. That looks really good. Slow roasted salmon. This looks good without the onion. Ooh. So in Michael's book, he has it set up so that you do a 10-day reset. And you cut out all dairy and all meat and all of everything, basically. And you start back in and reintroducing foods to find out what is causing the inflammation. But I don't necessarily have targeted inflammation. I just want to adopt the new diet. Oh, I love halibut. That looks good. That looks good. This looks really good. This is grapes and walnut salsa. I'm not a walnut fan, but something about that looks tasty. Chicken meatballs. That looks good. That looks good. This looks really good. So, some options in there, for sure. This book doesn't have any photos, so it's a little bit more boring to look at. But this looks good. Anyway,